So today I gotta talk about something I really didn't expect to have to talk about, but that is actually a split right down the middle in the Call of Duty community. And I don't know this for certain, but it seems very likely that the split goes along the lines of multiplayer and zombies. And this point is further proven by a poll done by Charlie Intel this last few days that's currently still going on. And it's a poll just asking if you are going to get the Black Ops Pass for Black Ops 4. And as you guys can see, it's split right down the middle at 50-50. And this is no joke poll. I mean, just look at the amount of people who've actually voted. 48,000 people, probably even reach 50,000 by the time you guys are watching this. That is a huge amount of people voting on this poll, so I would say that this is highly representative of the Call of Duty community. And of course, this does not prove that it's the right down the lines of zombies and multiplayer, but if you travel your way on down to the two subreddits, that being the Black Ops 4 subreddit and the COD Zombie subreddit, you can see there's a stark difference between the two, and I mean, it's pretty obvious where this divide lies. And this does make a lot of sense no matter how you look at it, because if you look at how this Black Ops Pass affects multiplayer, and I've already made multiple videos on this, but of course I'll just do a quick summary right here. I mean, it's just not positive in any way, shape, or form, because first off, the season pass is back, or just called the Black Ops Pass, and it's still going to continue to split up the multiplayer player base, which always sucks. It just always does. And I know a lot of people don't see this as a problem because they say they're just doing the same thing they do every year, but that's exactly the problem. We're not going to change like EA and Ubisoft are. They changed their model. All their DLC is free for their multiplayer games, but for some reason, you know, Activision is proving itself to be that real most greedy company because they're the only ones left not giving free DLC. So that is a problem as a whole, and I don't get why people would say, and this is one I heard so many times, just because the other games are giving free content doesn't mean Call of Duty has to. And yes, it does if they want to stay afloat. It actually does, sir. It actually does. But anyways, that's one of the big problems, that they are just not trying to keep up with the new DLC models that everybody else is. That's a really big problem, and they're still splitting the player base. But even on top of that, they're getting 4 less multiplayer maps, because it said 12 multiplayer maps you will get by getting this Black Ops Pass, which in the past with the Season Pass, you would get 16. So, I mean, that's a pretty big problem in a lot of people's eyes. But regardless, for a Zombies player, this is a much different look. I mean, you're going to get 4 Zombies maps on launch, and then you're going to get more throughout the DLC season. I mean, it's pretty much the same thing all over again, but a lot of people see it as it's okay to actually pay for Zombies maps throughout the DLC season, because multiplayer maps are not nearly as expensive to develop as a Zombies map. Zombies maps are just insanely expensive to develop because you have to pay people like Nolan North to do voice acting for Rick Toffin. Then you got to develop a much bigger map, you got to develop Easter eggs, you got to do a lot of scripting. It's just a whole other mess entirely. It's just so many new things that you have to do that a lot of people see as okay for paying for Zombies maps. But the thing is, that's not the same for multiplayer, and this is something that I get why Zombies players don't really concern themselves with, especially if they're exclusive Zombies players. Then they don't care because they were expecting to pay for Zombies maps regardless, so who cares about paying for this Black Ops Pass? And this is something that I just do not like about the mentality of the Zombies players. Just because it's not affecting them means it's okay, which is so not the case, because it does affect you. Because guess what? Multiplayer and Zombies, they are not in different games. They are in the exact same Call of Duty game every single year. And what happens if multiplayer is continued to be treated like trash and being screwed over by bad business models? It's going to start to die out. That's all that's going to happen. People are going to move over to different games that have better multiplayers. And what happens when the multiplayer dies out? I'm telling you, one of two things, or no, actually both of them will happen, just one after another. First off, what will happen is that the multiplayer player base will die off. Then they'll see, hey, wait, look, our main player base is over there in Zombies. Let's see how we can get money off of them. So you'll see even more bad business models now affecting Zombies. And then after that, you actually believe that Zombies can hold up the Call of Duty name by itself? I mean, maybe. I doubt it though, because especially if you look what happened at this current year with World War II and even Infinite Warfare, as much as I like it, those modes could not carry. And I would even argue that Treyarch Zombies could not carry a Call of Duty name all by itself. But you know what has, and what's been proven to do it multiple times in the past? The multiplayer mode. The multiplayer mode has always been the main draw, and it continues to be the main draw of Call of Duty. And if that starts to die down, that will affect Zombies in one way or another, and it won't be in a positive way, no matter how you look at it. So this is why I ask all these zombies players that please just do not ignore the problems of the multiplayer players. They will be affecting you very soon, or maybe not soon, but they will affect you in the future, and it's not going to be the best things exactly to happen to you. And this is why a lot of people are boycotting this Black Ops Pass, because it's just not a good system to be running now in 2018. Maybe back when Modern Warfare 3, because it's just the Modern Warfare 3 system all over again, so maybe back 11 years ago, so I mean, maybe back then it was good, but right now this is just not a good model to run, and I don't care if it doesn't affect you right now, it will affect you in the future. And this is why I highly recommend to so many zombies players to do what myself has done and actually boycott this thing also, because it is just not a good system to be running inside a game in 2018. It is just not a good system in the slightest, no matter how you look at it. I just don't see it as a good business model, especially when the rest of the industry is moving forward, because I know that all games don't have to follow the same path, but you will start to die off if you're continuing bad business models inside your games. It's just what's going to happen. It's been proven to happen. Just look at what happened to Battlefront 2. You think that game died off because it was just a bad game? No, it died off because it had a bad business model. So I don't want to see the same thing happen to Call of Duty's multiplayer, even though it's been continuing to happen for so long. I mean, they're just trying to kill their multiplayer player base so fast. I don't know what their obsession is with killing their multiplayer player base, but I don't know. And come think of it, it's actually mainly during the Treyarch years, and I have a couple ideas on this that I'll just throw them in right here. But I'm pretty sure that the reason why we're always screwed over during the Treyarch years is because it's a Treyarch year. And I mean, I'm not going to make any exact accusations, but Activision's still in charge during the other years, but for some reason during the Treyarch years it's worse. And that seems like maybe Treyarch has a hand in deciding all of this. And I don't know, maybe they do, maybe they don't. And I mean, it's their game, they're the one developing it. I know Activision can strong arm them into doing something, but I don't know. I'm not being so trustworthy of Treyarch anymore. I can't like Treyarch as much as I have in the past, because I just cannot stand these business models that they've been doing for so long. And yes, business models will kill your game. I don't care what anybody else says. But anyways, that's about it for me. Hopefully you guys got the message across. So the main message, just to sum it up real quick, is that zombies players, do not overlook the problem of multiplayer players. Just do not, please. It will catch up to you. It will. It's not a matter of if it'll catch up to you, it's a matter of when it will catch up to you. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and end the video. Tell me what you guys think about the whole thing. Do you guys agree with me, disagree with me? Tell me why exactly that is down in the comments. But anyways, if you guys did enjoy the video, go ahead, do all the normal YouTube stuff, like, subscribe, bell, share, and especially bell. But I'm going to go, and I will catch you guys in my next stream or video.